With all of the modifications that you do to your Wrangler, they can really take a toll on your stock battery, leaving it uncharged and dead, potentially leaving you stranded. We've all been there, but Optima has the solution. This yellow top Optima battery will be a great solution for the 1987 to 2011 Wrangler owners that have a bunch of accessories on their Jeep, like auxiliary lighting, a winch, and added extra weight that can eventually take a toll on your battery life. This will be a definite upgrade from your stock battery and even other performance batteries on the market. I would like to mention though that this will not be compatible with the 12 model and up because the battery terminals are different, and if you do choose to run this, you will have to do a little bit of modification. If you have a 2011 model and older, install will be a very straightforward swap, coming in at 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and we'll show you how to do that in just a minute. Optima offers a couple of different battery options, but this yellow top here will be a deep cycle battery and not your typical starting battery. To break that down, a regular starting battery will give you a lot of power and punch when you first start it up, but it will need to be recharged immediately since it gives all it has, so the alternator has to recharge it right away. This is the type that's very typical in standard stock cars with few accessories and will be Optima's red top battery option. On the other hand, a deep cycle will not give everything it has when it first starts up, but it will continue to provide substantial amperage even when the alternator's output falls a little bit short. The deep cycle, like this yellow top that I have here, will be especially good for a lot of accessories on your Jeep, especially with your winch, which will give you a lot more power output for a longer period of time. This battery here has 750 cold cranking amps, and unlike a standard battery that has thin cells that are stacked flat, this has 6 2-volt spiral cells sealed in the casing. In a standard battery, since the cells are not as packed as tight as this one, it will allow the battery's electrolytes to break down as a gas or as a powder that can eventually deteriorate the lead plates. This Optima battery will be packed very tightly in those spiral cells that will prevent any battery breakdown, resist damage from vibration, and will add more plate surface at the top for better starting power. A standard battery from your local auto parts store usually averages about $150 for your Wrangler. As you can most likely assume, because of this battery's features, this will be a higher priced option, averaging about $280 at the moment. For the 87 to 2011 Wranglers, we only have 2 options for batteries, and the other option will be for the red top Optima battery. That will be a little less expensive at around $240, however, it will be that standard starting battery that I was just talking about instead of a deep cycling battery like this one. That will be a great option if you don't have a lot of accessories on your Wrangler, but you still want a durable and long-lasting battery, better than the factory one. Nonetheless, if you have a winch and a lot of other accessories and want a battery that will accommodate for those mods, this will definitely be worth the extra bucks in the long run. Install is a very easy 1 out of 3 wrenches, and it's very straightforward considering this is just a battery replacement. For this install, we used a ratchet, an extension, and a 10mm socket. Now that we're in the shop, we can go ahead and install our new battery. Now before we install our new battery, we obviously have to take out our old battery, so you can start with the negative terminal first and then remove the positive. Now you can go ahead and move the wires out of the way and make sure that they're not touching anything, especially the ground. Now after you have the terminals disconnected, you can't take the battery out just yet. You have to get the 10mm bolt that's at the bottom tying the battery down. Take the bolt out and you can take your tie down out. Now you can go ahead and actually remove your battery. Now we can go ahead and install our yellow top Optima deep cycling battery, making sure that the positive is on the outside of the Jeep and that the negative is pointing in towards the engine bay. Now this handle here is set up to come off, so you don't have the handle inside your engine bay. It just slides all the way down at the bottom and pops right off, although I would recommend to keep it for any future battery replacements. Now we can go ahead and reinstall our battery tie down with an extension and a 10mm socket. And you want to make sure that this gets the lip of the battery so it does in fact hold it down. Hand thread it first, make sure it's threaded correctly, and then you can go ahead and tighten it down. And you want to make sure that it's tight enough that where your battery is not going to move. Now we can go ahead and reinstall our terminals, starting with the positive and then going to the negative. And you want to make sure that both of your terminals are tight. After both of your terminals are tight, then you're all set. So that's it for our review and install. For more videos like this, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.